everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. As we move into the final weeks of the regular season, here's a look at the teams jockeying for playoff position in the NFC. All these teams will be playing their hearts out, trying to claim the highest seed possible before Wild Card Weekend. It's the Giants going up against the Redskins. So for the call of this week's 17 matchup, let's send it out to our broadcast team, Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
We are just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. Today, rivals square off in the NFC East, and we've got a great matchup between the New York Giants and the Washington Redskins. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now Gino on first down. He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
Well, partner, that was not a good omen right there. The very first play from scrimmage, you just want to give yourself a nice, simple throw and hopefully get yourself into a rhythm. That is the last thing you're expecting. And now you put your defense in a tough spot right from the word go.
And a great spot to start this drive from here.
Here we go now. Green. All right, now look at 56. No. Check. Patriot. All right, here we go. Green. 30 now. Barney. No. Check. Patriot.
Following the interception, Cousins. Josh Doxson's got it complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. A good, safe pass there right off the bat.
That's almost a rhythm play. That's what we like to call it. Get them into rhythm early, something safe, something they're confident about, something they feel good. And once that's completed, then you just keep moving from there because the confidence elevates.
Gone. Now let's go. Green.
They go play action. Cousins. Out to the left, it's complete to Doxson. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
Now a play faking, and no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. B.J. Goodson coming in hard on the blitz. He gets him down for a loss of 4. Offense needs something here on second down. It is 2nd and long. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. Just a yard on the gain there, and that leaves him with 14 yards still to go on 3rd down. Offensive starters time, Charles, for the Washington Redskins.
Let's look at Josh Doxson, the wide receiver out of TCU. Grew up in Fort Worth. His mom works at the university as a vice president. First, transferred back to TCU. And, boy, is he a high flyer. Throw it up in the air, he'll go up and get it.
Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And the dreaded 3rd and long here for the offense. Third and long for Cousins. Looking for someone to throw to. Looking for Crowder, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
And an alley to run. Down the numbers. There he goes. Past the 20. And he cuts it right and into space. Touchdown, Giants. A great play there. 83 yards. And the Giants are going to take a first quarter lead. And those are the highlight reel runs you dream of right there.
When he gets a seam and just gets through it, how about the explosiveness, the burst to get there to begin with, and then once he's in full gallop, good luck trying to track him down.
And those plays so demoralizing for the defense.
Absolutely, because you've done so much work trying to keep people in front of you. When they're past you and behind you, that's a tough one to swallow.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Redskins offense now, they head back onto the field. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
They come out here in the eye.
3-19! Gone!
Second down, Cousins. Docks him with a grab over the middle. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Simple slant route, and part of a really nice hard throw by the quarterback.
Nice timing between the quarterback and the receiver. They were perfectly in sync, and he put it right on him on the inside route.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. Green!
On 1st and 10, Cousins. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. Give him 6 on the play, and it's a 2nd down.
I think we need to come up with a different name for this position. We keep calling it the fullback position. That doesn't necessarily mean it's a fullback, but we know this. Whoever's coming out of that spot is usually bigger and stronger, and they may not run away from people, but they'll run through them.
Yeah, able to shed tacklers. We saw it right there. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. To the air again, it's Cousins. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination. Guys who their bodies when they run their routes.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
Detroit! Detroit! Back to the NEFL, here we go!
Cousins now to throw on 1st down. He's got his man. This is Daxon. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. Give him 30 yards there.
As we continue to advance in the NFL, as people continue to scout players, they really don't care as much about body types as they care about those guys who can make people miss, run through tackles, and gain all that additional run after catch. Anybody who has that ability, they want them on their team.
Hurry up, here we go! Green, 39!
From the red zone now, Cousins. Eluding the pressure right. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete. And quickly the starting 11 now for the New York defense.
Landon Collins is built like your typical tackle-first safety, but he does have the ability to play the deep part of the field.
So 2nd and 10 here. On the ground, this is T.J. Yeldon. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
There's so many definitions of a complete back. I think most people think a guy who can block, a guy who can catch, and a guy who can run. But how about when you put it all together as a runner, and you can fake people out, you can be shifty, and also run with some power and break tackles, as we just saw on that pickup.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19. Over. Watch it now, Barney.
Now Cousins here on the bootleg. Steps away. He can run for it, and he will. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal.
These type of plays are backbreakers for our defense. They thought they had him hemmed in, thought they were going to get him on the ground with the pass rush, but were unable to do so. He gets away, picks up a big first down, and sets up 1st and goal inside the 10.
Green 39. Green 39.
In motion, the tight end Reed.
Back 99, Philly. Here we go.
Now Cousins. This will be caught at about the 5. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Here comes the D swarming to the line.
Now let's go. Green 39.
Offense working with a 2nd and goal now from the 3. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. Back live, Charles Davis to my right. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Redskin football to begin quarter number 2, and they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving. Stonewalled on 2nd down. Now let's see what they can do on 3rd and goal from the 2. They come out here in the eye. Cousins on 3rd and 2. Buying time to his left. Steps away to his left. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
Can this defense hold them out? Here we go now. 4th and goal from the 2. 4th down, Cousins. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Landon Collins. And he is going to be stopped on the return at his own 3-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. And space opened up a bit. He's able to take this up past the 10. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
And that run there does nothing but juice up the guys who are moving the football. I mean, if you're an offensive lineman, people running it, actually the guy calling plays, you're almost jumping up and down in jubilation, aren't you?
And now you've got options on second down.
And big-time options. You might want to think about play action and try and get something cheap right here over the top.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I'll bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Great play there off the end. Question, Charles, in a 4-3, you hear about the D tackles a lot. What's the role of the ends?
What they want to do is control the edges of the defense. And you always hear about an offense talking about setting the edge in the running game. Well, the defense wants to do exactly the same thing. And the defensive end, often against an offensive tackle, sometimes a tight end, they can't let themselves get a hook and let a running back get outside. Because if they do that, that hurts the integrity of the defense overall.
He's got the lane, and there he goes. The 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A big play there. 83 yards. And the Giants are able to grow their lead. And this is no good. Missed the PAT, so they fail to connect, and this remains a 13-0 game. Now another shot here at the PAT. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out. They go back to the air here after the eye. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Now a second down throw for Cousins. Quick hitter here, it's complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Offense needs 11, have to think pass here on 3rd down.
Here we go. Leopard!
On 3rd down, Cousins. He finds his target, it's Crowder. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play.
Here on 4th and inches. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool this defense. And New York set to take the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that.
And there's a good opportunity to just went awry there, a drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
Now it's Smith off the bootleg. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted, thrown back across his body. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
See if they stay on the ground for second down. They'll come out in the pistol.
Green 39! Green 39! Watch him now, Barney! Barney! Watch him now, Barney! Barney! Black 99 Philly, here we go!
Second down, Cousins. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and all of a sudden here, it's third down. Looks like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
And so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. Well, earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Again, we'll see the pistol here. Another pistol look here.
Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Over! Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
They go play action here on first down. Dancing to his left. And incomplete on the deep ball. He was looking for Jamison Crowder there. And that'll bring up second down.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Second down here after the incomplete pass. A second down throw for Cousins. Finding time. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
The defensive coordinator came into this game with a plan to get to the quarterback with whatever type of pressure is necessary. It's working to perfection for him today.
Cousins again. Jordan Reed has it, and he'll be out of bounds, able to take it down to the 40. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
Here we go. No. Check. Patriot. Leopard.
First down. Here's Cousins. And for the third time here this half, it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game. Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
And the 2-minute warning lurking. This will probably be the last play before we hit it.
Yeah, they want to get themselves in position to score in this last shot before the clock hits.
And time for us to take a break here in the booth. We'll come back here right after this. Now a first down throw. It's Smith. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. Give him 18 on that one. And it'll give the Giants a first down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Now Gino on first down, looking for the end zone. Now a battle for the football. It's caught. It's a touchdown. Tavon Austin managing to stay in bounds. And the Giants add on to their lead. And it is now 21-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Redskins offense now, they get set to take over here. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
All right, here we go.
Now a second down throw for Cousins. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field that's pumped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
We got three. Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39. Detroit. Watch it now, Barney.
On third down, Cousins. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. And now the Giants will stop play as they take a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Get this away into the icy winter air. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. And New York set to take the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way, because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
I like watching the wide receiver screen, because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit, but how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes up.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. On second down, here's Smith. He's got time. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And with a 3rd and 13 here, the defense in a dime look. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. 3rd and long, it's Smith. Surveying the field. He's going to float this one deep right side. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
And he will be able to recover this himself to prevent a wacky ending here, but that will be how this first half comes to an end. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17, as we'll send you down the coast to Orlando, where we check in with our friend Larry Ridley and the EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry? Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And this will get out of bounds. No worries there, though. That still goes as a touchback. Now the Redskins offense, they get set to go back to work here. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down. They come out here in the eye. Now Cousins here on the bootleg. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's brought down, but not before getting across midfield to the 45.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. They go play action here on first down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
10 yards still left on second down.
Watch it now, Marty. Green 39. Green 39. Black 99. Philly. Here we go.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. That second down run a big help as 7 yards leaves him with just a 3rd and 3 now. And they're going to speed things up here. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
Oftentimes when you're not winning at the point of attack for an offensive line, maybe they're getting out physical. Spread things out a little bit, make it more of a one-on-one blocking scheme. Then you don't have to win it physically. You just have to win it by position. That may open things up for your running backs.
Here's Tressway now as he'll punt it away for the second time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Hey, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. And on the ground they go with a running back. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and into the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. So he got his hands a little too far outside. The ref caught him, threw the flag.
So while the offense has had a big day, no one on that side of the ball is excited about seeing a loss like that. Their goal, to make every play positive. And when you have a bad one like that, your next goal is to not let it spiral into more.
To throw on second down is Smith. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 11 yards on the pickup. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Throwing now is Gino. Wide open receiver complete. And he's got the first down, yardage before being taken down at midfield.
One of the feature points of the end route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
From the 50, it's Smith. He's going to let this one go deep. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
So incomplete on first. Let's see what 2nd down has in store. Smith throwing again. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 4 yards on the pickup, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot. Because we saw the catch there, right? He made it. But he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
And they insert their dime package, 6 DBs here on 3rd and 6.
Expecting pass all the way. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a 1st down. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. Now a play fake here. And now the ball's loose. Smith loses it. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
No, that wasn't an explosive run. That wasn't one that took it all the way to the house. But, boy, for a team that's had trouble running it the entire game, that's the kind of run they need, hopefully, to get themselves kick-started.
Second down following the run.
Watch left, watch left. Tight end to the left, tight end left.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19. Back 99 Philly. Here we go.
Second down, Cousins. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You're dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
Double tight, guys, double tight. We got 4. We got 4. Set. Green 39. Green 39.
The wide receiver moving to a new spot.
Watch it now, boy. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. On third down, Cousins. He's got time in the pocket. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. A great read, and it's picked off. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And last time, the fumble, the turnover. Now, they still have the lead, but I don't think coaches care. The turnovers will bother them no matter what the scoreboard says.
That's the relief that you still have the lead. But coaches look at what if and what it should be. Turning the ball over when they've got a chance to score more points and increase the lead, that's what's going to affect them.
And they're also thinking to future weeks, maybe when the game's closer, right?
No doubt about it. You want to clean up everything. Let's just be honest about it. They want everything to be perfect at all times. They don't want to give up anything that's going to hurt their team.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Now a first down throw. It's Smith. Austin's got it left side. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Tavon Austin with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And thanks to the interception, the Giants offense cashes in with 6. Brinza now for the extra point. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And this is taken into the end zone. A fumble recovery and a Giants touchdown. So they get the 1-score kickoff, get a fumble, take it right back to the house. 2 quick touchdowns within a matter of about 10 seconds on the game clock.
It's like a big 1-2 punch that may lead to a knockout.
And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. And this is going to be roughing the kicker, an inexcusable penalty, Charles.
You've worked so hard to hold him to a 3-point kick. Now you're giving him the ball again with a chance for a touchdown.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
All right, now look at 56.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. It's already 2nd and 12. The defense hoping to push them back more. Cousins now on second down. Finding time. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
On third down, Yeldon. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. It'll be a gain of 7, but I'd imagine we'll see the punt team here on fourth down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
NFL teams last year a little under 50% on fourth down conversions. This is a bit tougher. 4th and 4. Back now here on EA Sports. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on fourth down.
All right, here we go. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Watch him now, Barney. Barney. Leopard.
Desperation time. Cousins on fourth down. And this is incomplete. The Red. Redskins go for it, but it doesn't pan out. And the Giants are going to take over in great field position. The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
Detroit! Watch it now, Barney! Barney! Now let's go!
And they'll run it here. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
So, Brandon, when this offense gathers together to watch tape for this game, they're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves until the coaches get upset about the play we just saw. But you know their defense is going to be, but we put up big points all game long. The defense is going to win one every now and then.
They come up in an offset eye. And he'll give it. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, let me pump out my chest a little bit. Even though I'm not rooting for either team, that was a really nice defensive play. It's awfully fun to watch, even in an offensive game.
12 yards to go on third down. And now a first chance for... And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on fourth, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Now we'll see what his offense can do.
Green 39! Green 39!
Back to throw. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
That crossing route is so effective when you hit it just right, because you get a guy on the move, and then we see the end result there.
Nightmare for the defense. They got a guy with a full head of steam.
Not only does he catch it, but he picks up additional yardage after it.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line. 8 yards on the run there, and that leaves him with third and just a couple. And 5 in the secondary now for the Giants on third down.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
Fresh set of downs here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up second and 5.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up second and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Allen. He can't avoid the pressure. Redskins get there. And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Redskin defense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Third down, still 14 yards left. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. And the Redskins have an extra man in the secondary here on third. Now Allen. Flushed out right. Now he's going to go up top over the middle. And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. A great read and it's picked off. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Out comes the Redskin offense now as they get set to begin another possession. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
And a long way to go for the offense here on second down.
Here we go now. Blue landing. Leopard. Leopard. Here we go. Blue landing.
They'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Well, they get the completed pass, but still have more to go here on 3rd down.
Now let's go.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's got time. On the catch, it's Crowder. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Forced out to his left. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Yeldon. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Like any team, they would have loved to have had more yards on that run, but it looks like they just want to get to the 2-minute warning and see what they want to do after that.
Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. Second down, 9 yards to go. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Washington. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Redskins are able to strike for 6. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And he converts, and it cuts the lead to 35-7. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. So a very short kick here. This will be taken by one of the up men. Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field. They have the big cushion here in the final stages of this one. I don't know if there's any better feeling than being up big on the road.
There really can't be, because for a team to go on the road and win in the NFL, that's huge to begin with. But just think about all the preparation that went into it. When they first started talking about this game,
and he lost the football. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. The Redskins looking for another timeout, and they get it. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Here's Brad Wing now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And how about this, a fake? And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. It's a big play that time on the fake punt. And on 4th and long, somehow they're able to keep the drive going. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. Snap count threw the defense off. 5-yard penalty. They will take the knee here, and they will finish this regular season with a victory. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for the Giants, they'll finish in double digits at 10-6. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Redskins, they wanted desperately to finish at 500, but that won't happen, as it'll be a 7-9 season in the end. And they'll get the extra week to think about this one as they return to action in 2 weeks' time. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody.